Hello loves, I think this restful practice will be needed right now. So welcome yourself in. To give you a sense of the arc today, we will drop in to start with a meditation, and then we will add in just a little bit of movement. And then on the back end of this practice, we will land into some really deep relaxation to restore and balance us. Now, I want to ask to start by considering the body as a vessel. Okay, so if we can take that position and we can treat the viscera, the structure, the material as a container, as a vessel, then we can potentize our awareness. So everything about this practice will be centered around awakening your capacity to distribute your power in your body in a really specific way. So essentially, it's going to be the fuel for the rest of this journey. All right? So with that, let's get started in a seat, a comfortable seat. And then you can just close your eyes and we will collectively settle and still the body. So straight away, just take any tension out of your face, out of your jaw, the muscles of the cheeks. Closing down your eyes so you can relax your eyeballs. So as the structure is still, the body relaxes and we give way to this distribution of power in a really sustainable way. Keeping your spine nice and long. And then just go ahead and set your shoulders down your back. Body deepens. Feeling the ground. This home base. Now release any effort around your breath and allow it to just be whatever it is naturally. So you can pass on that pattern of responsibility, of breathing, over to this infinite spark within you. This inner and ancient genius is granted full responsibility to breathe you as you watch yourself being breathed. And if at any point you attempt to control the breath, back away and just lean into the trust of your innate wisdom of your body just being. Knowing that your breath already knows the path and you have the luxury of being able to observe. So with your eyes closed, begin to ignite your imagination. So from your central channel, allow an orb to emanate. And rather than being a perfect orb, it begins to take shape into an oval that is beautifully crafted around your body. And you can begin to recognize this oval, this bubble, this eminence of your center to be a cocoon. So that cocoon can slowly fade into the remnants of a caterpillar. This mystical aspect of transformation and metamorphosis, where the whole essence, the whole physicality of the caterpillar turns into mush as it completely releases its old self, which is what is happening within you. The cocoon, this chrysalis, this casing is there to hold you safe so that you can fully let go and release into your own metamorphosis. The magic of this moment is that what you are becoming is so far beyond the imagination, yet the divine plan has been here all along. So allow yourself to trust in the unknown, into this genius, ancient, brilliant coding that is activating within you right now. And in the most effortless release, A new structure and form begins to organize itself there. There's nothing for you to do. You just fully release into your own undergoing until the undoing becomes this unveiling. Now deepen your breath. And as you deepen your breath, feel your breath. So really feel the breath. Feel it come in. Feel it go out. So feel it come in through the nose. The chest expands. Your collarbones rise. And then feel it go out as everything yields and softens. And let's have you bring your palms together and just rub the hands. Start to generate some heat. Get things cooking in the presence of your hands, the presence of your palms. And then still them on your body. One hand to belly, one hand to heart, and just feel that pulse of your own heart underneath your hands. Now let's take a clearing breath as we begin to start at the threshold of this spacious awareness. Breathe in. Breathe out. Close your mouth and let the breath happen in and out from the nose. But keep this viscosity with the breath. And then let's have you open your eyes. Allow the light to come in. Give your hands a walk forward. Unravel your legs. You can give your hips a little bit of a sway. It was there for some time, so the hips might need a little bit of a rinse, a little bit of a release. So just take any movements that feel right now. And then let's have you curl your toes under. Take in any movements that feel right now. Okay, now press down through your hands. Begin to lift your hips up and back, and we will meet in downward facing dog. This inverted V-shaped position. So let's have you press your hands into the ground and allow that action to lengthen your arms. And then from your arms, stabilize your spine. And then from your feet rooted, allow that action to work into the back of the legs. See if you could switch on through the front of the legs. So rather than targeting your hamstrings, bring the weight forward into the ball of the feet and begin to activate those big quadriceps. Suction your navel in and up. And then find your breath. Really listen to it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Beautiful. Take a look forward. Walk your feet forward. And I want you to really feel every step. So as you pick up your feet, spread them, and then reconnect them into the ground. Soaking up every single missile of this process. Eventually we will come to the top of the yoga mat. The chest hangs, and you're just going to bring in a little bit of movement. Perhaps a sway of the hips. Rotate from side to side. And since we are beginning to really soothe the nervous system during this practice, you can bring your hands behind the back of your head and just bring in a little bit of self-massage action. So as we begin to rub into that space just below the neck, the top of the spine, the cervical spine, we can stimulate that vagus nerve. When we stimulate this nerve, it begins to enter
our emotional intelligence, tapping into communication. Okay, now relax your arms. Roll your body all the way up. And I want you to stand tall. When I say stand tall, I mean really stand tall. So lift up your toes, spread them, and then place them back down to the ground. Allow the ground energy to really work up through the body. And then stretch your fingertips down by your sides with vigor, but then keep the crown of your head lifted. So we're in this really strong, stable position. Now from this place, let's bring our awareness back to the breath. Inhaling for a count of 6. Exhaling 6. Inhale. Exhale. Perhaps even a little longer, count of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now notice how the body has already begun to change form slightly. Can you still keep that activation from the ground all the way up to the crown of the head, and then the fingertips reaching in the opposite direction to the head? Feel that force. Feel that aliveness. Feel that lightness. One more cycle of breath. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold the breath at the top. See if you could take another sip of air in. Now completely let go. Gorgeous, my friends. Seal your lips. You can keep your eyes closed or you can open them. Welcome in your space, your horizon. Lift your arms up. Let's take a clearing breath as we stretch ourselves open. Fold yourself all the way forward, and the invitation here is to reach your arms in opposite directions now. So we stretch through the arms, the back plane of the body, stretching out your breath, emptying your lungs as you fold. And then we'll just meet in a halfway lift as we breathe in, just a transition. To drop the hands down on the breath out and gently walk the feet back into a downward facing dog shape. Stay active through your pads, the hands, the feet. And then we'll lift the right leg up and back. Gently step the right foot forward in between the hands. Okay, now we're going to add in a little twist here. So that right arm is going to lift up to the sky. So we're going to churn and turn the core here. So you can begin to massage out the internal organs. And I'm just going to add in a few gentle cues. So I want you to activate through the left heel. So send it back. And that should hopefully turn on your left thigh. Keep your right arm open. Keep your right knee stacked over your ankle. So you slightly allow your hips to descend, but you keep your chest ascending and opening. And then we're really bringing our focus into our sacral area, into the core. Relishing in the basics before we begin to work into the dynamic psychology of the practice. We'll just soak up the asana, the pose, so let it really do its thing. Breathe in. As you breathe out, let's have you bring the right hand down, and then as gentle as possible, step to down dog. We'll work through a vinyasa, so it's a nice opportunity to clear the space and clean our slate. So roll forward, high plank. Go to the knees, and then the chest comes down in between your hands. Baby cobra, breathe in, just really softly. Bend into the knees. Push yourself to down dog as you breathe out. Okay. With bent knees, lift your left leg up and back. And then step the left foot forward in between your hands. Okay. Left arm's going to lift up. Just settle in, and then we will make those really small little adjustments. So the right heel is just going to begin to send itself back. So you should begin to feel that leg turn on. Twist from your abdominal wall, stack your shoulders and gaze up. So there is this energy moving from the crown of the head to the heel, and also from the right hand to the left hand. Hold and breathe. Beautiful. Bring the hand to the ground. To a downward facing dog we go. From down dog, let's roll the body forward and then down. From the ground, lift up. From cobra pose, push back. Listen, we'll come to a tabletop pose. We'll mobilize the back some more with that deep, nourishing breath. So this practice is really all about cleansing and stoking our inner fire. So let's start to do that. We'll work through some cat-cow with deep focus on our prana, our pranayama, our breath. So take a big breath in to start. Come to your cow pose. So drop the belly, open up your chest, breathe in. As you breathe out, round your back to cat. So notice how I'm really emphasizing the exhale. Let's do that again. Breathe in, cow pose, just through the nose. Breathe out to cat. Push the hands into the ground and empty your lungs. One more like that, and then we're going to hold the breath. Breathe into cow pose. Open, open, open through your lungs. Breathe out to cat. Push the ground away. Empty everything out. Now stay empty. Send your hips to your heels. Stretch out your spine and hold. 3, 2, 1. Come back to tabletop. Amazing. This is a really nice way to help cleanse the internal organs. So we're going to do that 3 more times. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, empty out the lungs. Close the lungs, push the hips to the heels. Hold. 3, don't breathe. 2, 1. Come back to neutral, tabletop. Okay, you should be getting the hang of it by now. 2 more. Full breath in, cow pose. Cat, breathe out. Hold the breath, push the hips back, retain. 3, 2, 1. Tabletop pose, last round, longest, deepest, loudest one yet. Here to work. Breathe in, open up. Exhale to clear. Hold, hips to heels, child's. 3, suction the navel in and up. 2, and 1, tabletop pose. Let's just take a clearing breath here. Breathe in. Breathe out. That breath, that beautiful wave of life, really bringing us into harmony with ourselves. Okay, now from this place of deep awareness, let's begin to work into some more standing poses before we completely take this thing down to the ground. So curl your toes under, push the hips back to down dog. Lift your right leg up and back, and then step your right foot forward in between your hands. Okay, now you're going to bring your left heel down and we're going to set warrior one pose with the feet. So that just means that you're going to turn your left toes slightly to a diagonal. Keep the right toes facing forward, bend into your right knee and lift your arms up. Okay, so the hips are open, the chest is lifted. Now just check in with the knife edge of your left foot, press down through it. Keep this strong, steady warrior stance. And then we'll bring the right hand behind the lower back, the sacral area. Keep pressing the hand into the back as you lift the left hand up. Hold and breathe. Feel the feet rooted into the ground. That's it. Feel the body lengthen, just very subtly with the breath in. Feel the body settle with each breath out. All right, now straighten out your right leg. Reach your left hand forward halfway. So think halfway lift with your spine. Keep that right hand on your lower back, your sacral area. Keep your chest lifted. Keep your navel suctioned in. This is quite challenging, but just try to bring the mind really into your body as you focus on stabilizing. Bring your awareness in. One more breath in. Deep breath out. All right, listen, you're just going to lift your arms up. Left arm lifts up on your inhale. Step your left foot to meet your right foot on your exhale. Relax your arms down by your sides with vigor. So just like how we started, close down your eyes. Notice the subtle changes. So we just did a few poses. And I want you to feel how the body assimilates as we start to digest. Come back to that slow, long, steady breath. Inhaling for 6. Exhaling for 6. Inhaling 7. Exhaling 7. Last round. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold the breath at the top. Try to gather up all that you can as you take another breath in. Open the mouth, completely let go. Welcome yourself back in. Open your eyes. All right, we will reverse the way we came into this. Work through the left side. So just simply step your right foot all the way back. So warrior one with the legs. Your right toes are going to face that diagonal. Right leg is nice and strong. Your left knee is bent. So pelvis is forward. Keep that right hip driving forward and then lift up your arms. Just take a moment here. Where can you feel your weight being distributed? So what tends to happen is the weight starts to enter that inside of the right foot. Press down through the knife edge. Pick up the toes on the left foot. Drive into the knee. Now let's have you bring your left hand back behind you. Press that hand into your lower back. Lift through your right fingertip. Breathe in. As you breathe out, reach the hand forward as you straighten out your left leg. So the torso is going to come halfway. Strong legs, strong spine, strong arm, strong mind. So yoga is a great way to build resilience physically, And then we use this physical strength to be the gateway to build emotional, mental strength. Stay with it. Take one more breath in. And then a deep breath out. Okay, now this time you're going to bring the hands to the ground. Step your left foot to meet your right foot in down dog. Drop your knees, untuck your toes, bum towards the heels, arms in full extension, forehead to the ground. Awareness internal. Releasing through your third eye center, this place of deep, deep, deep awareness. Your seat of intuition. Now start to come back into a tabletop position. We'll bring the right knee behind the right wrist. Right shin will be at a diagonal, so your right heel will arrive close to your left hip flexor. Left knee goes back, lower into your hips, bring the fingertips wide, and we'll begin to enter pigeon pose, okay? And I know you've probably done this quite a few times with me already, but this practice is really about bringing in this deeper sense of awareness. So rather than rushing into things, let's back off, let's slow down, take it bit by bit so we can just soak up and relish in all of the basics, all of the foundations. So make sure your hips are neutral. Breathe in as you lift up your chest. So this is slightly active. And then as you breathe out, you can walk your hands forward and down. And we can just stay on the forearms for now. Opening through the hips. And then softening your skull. And then it's this part of the practice when we can just allow the breath to do its own thing. So just like how we started, let's just pass on the pattern of responsibility. Let the inner genius take over and trust. Now when you're ready to come on out, lift up your chest, place the hands under the shoulders, bring your right knee under your hip, and we'll swap sides. Left knee behind the left wrist, left shin to this 45-degree angle. So you can see I'm wiggling this left foot closer towards my right hip flexor, and then I can just shimmy that right knee back. Take a moment here. Reassess your situation. If you want to grab any props, blocks, pillows, get them involved. Make this pigeon slightly active where you're pressing down through your shin and your hips are stable. And then breathe. Inhale in not a really controlling or forcing way, just putting more emphasis on the breath. And then as you breathe out, allow your chest to deflate to the ground. Forearms down, perhaps even your forehead. You're not here for long. Now, if you need to stay a little longer, please do. If you're ready for your final relaxation, lift up your chest, sit onto your left hip,
Bring that right leg forward, and then extend the left leg forward too. Now come to lie yourself down. And I want you to set yourself up in a cozy cocoon. Allow your structure to unravel as we can allow this transformation and metamorphosis to take place. Now close your eyes and tap into that infinite world underneath your eyelids. Now from this place of relaxation, of deep rest, begin to digest this practice, this time. Digest the process. And I'm going to leave you here to do just that.